Yo, what up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to the channel, Discin Deals Coverage. My name's Lucas. Today, we're in Wichita, Kansas for the lead card, final round of Keeper of the Chains 2023. Let's get into it. We are here with the mastermind behind this tournament, Ducks Flying Discs, and the complex here at Clap Park. Duck, thanks for meeting with me.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So this former golf course has undergone many changes since you've come in.
Absolutely.
And people may not realize these changes are sometimes harder than they might seem because you have to get permission from the city.
Right.
But you and the city have had a long-standing relationship at this point. Tell me about that relationship with the city of Wichita.
The city of Wichita and Ducks started talking about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, when Clap was getting ready to close down as the municipal golf course that it was, and we were discussing, how we could enhance this golf course with disc golf. We did have a temporary, temporary permanent golf course in here for Keeper 1 year, and the city really liked how our players and the city of Wichita's disc golf community took to that golf course.
Yeah.
So they asked if we would like to be considered to come in and be the steward of this golf course, be able to build the pro shop that we have here and work together to really create something special. So that's the beginning of the relationship.
Yeah.
Currently, the city and the community, really, because it's not just Ducks, we work very hard to make sure that we are building a disc golf course / complex that is, we're shooting for world renowned. Okay.
I love that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that. And speaking of the pro shop, you've built some pretty cool things out here. I know here in the pro shop, which we're in now, I've been to at least one AirCap meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I see traffic in and out of here all the time.
That's
so
true.
What's happening? What's all happening in this facility?
So on a weekly basis, just for events, on a weekly basis, we host, during the winter months, we host a Wednesday night event, we host a Saturday event and a Sunday event here generally. Then also we host Wichita State cross country team this year. That's a new addition to the complex. We're working with the city to put in a children's playground and a dog park on the west end. So it's not just 36 holes of disc golf that are here. And I'm working with the local community that's local to this area to ensure that we continue to have this green space versus, strip malls and condominiums and things like that, that were in the original plan. And so everybody asks me constantly about that original plan. I can only tell you what the city tells me.
Right.
So, but they're very happy with our community as the disc golf community, because we continue to work with them to enhance their park.
Oh yeah. And there's so much crazy plans out here, and what I want to do is take a step back and talk about Ducks, right? Mm-hmm. So the growth of disc golf is evident, but the growth of Ducks in general. Tell me about the beginning stages of Ducks, and then where you're at now.
Okay, so in 2013, local disc golfer Ryan Doyle had a golf shop, and he, wanted to get out of it basically. And at the time, I was very interested in, potentially owning a golf shop. And so he and I, made a transaction to take over that golf shop. And so at that point, me being Duck, we came up with the name Ducks Flying Discs. If you look at our original logo, that's made by Crispin Carrasco.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic logo. It has a duck with two frisbees on there, and the original logo had two perfectly perpendicular discs. And I told him, I said, I'm not a perfect guy, man. You got to tilt one of those. And so he came up with that, and it wasn't the first rendition of Ducks, but it was really, really close. I mean, he nailed it. So thanks, Crispin, for all you've done.
Let's talk about this tournament.
Okay.
So 11th year.
11th year.
Keeper.
11 years.
So tell me about the history of just Keeper of the Chains.
Well, okay, so the Keeper of the Chains wasn't originally Duck's. It was actually Ryan's.
Okay.
Okay, I brought the opportunity to Ryan because I wanted to run it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's originally mine, but Ryan said he would back it, and we ran the first original Keeper of the Chains at Oak Park only. No fanfare, no nothing, just kind of a fun little tournament.
Yeah.
It has now grown to over 200 people every year, with the player packs for the amateurs being over $200 in retail value, and this year the pros have $5,000 added cash. It has grown significantly, so.
This particular tournament is definitely, the players pack is one of the biggest that we see in the area for sure. And I know you work hard to make that happen.
We do every year.
Yeah, so truly appreciated. Let's just talk more about this complex. You talked about some things that are happening currently, but what's the future look like for the Clap complex?
So, like I said, they're going to add a children's playground where we used to have hole number one, right by the parking lot, which is a great addition for all of us.
Yep.
It'll bring more people to the golf course. It'll bring more people to the park, which in turn means we have more children playing this sport, which we all love.
Yes.
Okay. The other piece is a dog park, which is going to be an immense dog park over on the west side by that elementary school. As far as disc golf goes, the city has spoken with us about putting in a second set of 18 tees on both golf courses. That's not a concrete thing yet, but we're working on a design. We're going to give them the justification of that. So, it's not just bomber all day long. You can play the course that you like. So if you and a partner want to go out there and you maybe at differing skill levels, you'll play the long one, they'll play the short one, so on and so forth. Or you can play the short course, you can play the long course, doesn't matter. So also the city has promised me at least 20 trees per year per golf course.
Oh.
And with the potential of going up to 100 trees per year. So currently, the complaints that we get here are signage, which we have been working on. And as you go through the course today, you'll see the temporary version of the permanent signs. So those will be going up probably within the next month or two. Just depends on printing and how long it takes to get back, of course. And we will be working on where we're going to put those, T signs, and where we're going to put the trees in the future too. So as things continue to grow, we'll work on the beautification, we'll work on the trees, we'll work on the canopy that's all throughout the golf course, as well as building that relationship with the general public.
Wow, I love it. I love it. Lots of exciting things to come. I know you're a busy man. You're running a tournament. You took some extra time just to talk with me. So I really appreciate it, Duck. Awesome tournament this year. And let's jump into some action now. Hello and welcome in to lead card coverage. I'm Lucas Deal, here with the one-time world champ, Chris Smith, Smitty, one-time deal commentary. What's up, Smitty? How you doing?
Doing good. Excited to watch this final round. We've done a couple of tourney journeys, and this would be fun to watch the entire group, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And this particular tournament is sponsored by Ducks. You got to listen to it. Want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor of the video, Brendan Kuntz, who sponsored this particular video. If you need anything graphic design, apparel, merchandising, this guy is your dude. Hit him up. And here's the leaderboard currently going into this final round.
Got Logan at the top at 21 down. Caleb a few shots back at 17 down. Lauren Lewis, who we had on his first round, at 10 down. Tied with local used-to-be kid, young adult now, Nolan Ramser at 10 down.
Yep, and this is going to be a fun card. You have two Oklahomans versus two Kansans, and we're jumping right into hole one.
Hole one, 395 feet, downhill. These guys are all going to have the power to get a putt on this for sure if they can get through this early low ceiling. There is some trouble around the basket, a little drop off behind it, but I'm guessing most of these guys will be past the basket putting back uphill if they hit it clean.
Yeah, and I think the hardest part is hitting it clean, and getting a look at this is, I would say this is a bonus birdie though. This is not one you expect to get, but
Comes in as the 7th hardest hole, so somewhere in the middle. But yeah, you're exactly right. If you get this one out of the gate, you're feeling good. It is definitely a bonus.
I'm excited to watch you guys throw this golf course. Okay, so we have Logan Harpool, Caleb Bruce, Nolan Ramser, and Lauren Lewis on this final card, ladies and gentlemen. All right, to lead us off, it's going to be Logan Harpool leading us off. At your convenience, sir.
Get out of the way, Nolan. Thank you.
and then this is an evader out of Logan.
And if you want to study form, I would start with playing that back about 25 times and
Just simple.
seeing how simple and easy it is to. And we'll see through this round. The guy's got enough power to get down the fairway with a simple, slow 3-step approach.
And then here's Caleb Bruce. Have you got to see Caleb play much?
I've seen Caleb play a few times. I've been around Caleb a little bit. Super, super cool guy.
Yep.
Pawhuska, Oklahoma.
Yep, this is a Vanguard out of him.
And I'm not very familiar with very many of the Discmania molds, so it'll be fun to watch Caleb work them.
And then Nolan. And it's nice. I mean, every one of these players is sponsored. Logan's Dynamic, Caleb is Discmania, and of course Nolan is Discraft. Nolan's leaning on a Test Flight Athena here. Got through.
A little lower than he wanted.
And then Lauren, never know what he's throwing. So he's Gateway sponsored. We got to see him round 1, and tremendous power.
Yep.
Great putter.
Yep. Yeah, he had a really good first round. Yeah, he gets through that power pocket quick, man.
Yeah, that one just kind of turned over on him at
Yeah,
that
so
bit.
none of them really have a great look for it, too. Nolan's our best bet. Logan's probably just trying to put this under the pin with the slope behind it.
Yep. Harp up there.
Yep.
Makes it pretty easy.
Caleb maybe with a little 50-50 bid.
Yeah, he all of his upshots and putts are with a P2.
Lauren might be gunning this. He had the range of the first round. Looks like he's, 60 feet?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Nolan's he's in a position I think he's got to go for this. 4 strokes back. Oh, no, 11 strokes back.
Yeah.
So he's looking for second, but
He didn't leave it short, though.
he didn't leave it short, and he should be able to tap that in and move on. Oh, little work.
And he putts with the Challies. Easy work with that. Man, look at these graphics.
Yeah. Yeah, looking good. Looking good for sure.
All right, and they're just going to tap in pars. We're going to head on into hole number 2. This is a fun one.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite hole on the entire complex. Both courses. It's listed as a par 5, 759 feet. They've moved the tee pad back enough to bring this first creek crossing into your brain. You must stay right of the sidewalk on the left side, and the creek bed along the right here is painted. So some people may elect to lay up on the tee. I don't think any of these guys will for sure. They all have plenty of power to
How
smoke
much,
over it.
what do you think distance-wise to clear that creek?
I bet that creek's probably just under 300 to the far side, maybe.
I say with it moved back, I think it's probably a little bit further, but yeah, it's still a pump.
And this is ideally where you want to land, is somewhere in this area, hopefully on a flat spot to set you up for a left to right second, basically drive, second throw.
Yeah.
They'll all be probably throwing fairway or hard mid into the green, and I wouldn't be shocked if we don't see a look at a 3 here.
Yeah, absolutely. All 4 of these guys have great distance, and there is a creek there that plays on the right-hand side that continues along the length of this hole. which can come into play more often than not, especially now with this shaved green.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and I think the basket is it's a fair distance away from the OB. It's close enough to be in your head, but far enough away that if you throw a good shot, you should be good. What's Nolan going with, or Logan going with here?
What's your guess?
Ballista Pro maybe.
He goes Enforcer here, which I thought was a little surprising. This didn't fly like an Enforcer. Once you see this, if I can get an Enforcer to fly like this, that would be cool.
Yeah, a little flip over. Must be slightly beat in.
Yeah, it's got.
And he did force it over, and yeah, right there, perfectly,
Perfect.
right where you want to be. It's interesting to watch the contrast in these two guys' approaches. Logan, is slow and controlled up on the tee, and Caleb is a bit more aggressive on his approach.
Yeah, he definitely is. And this is an S-line DD3. He clips a little tree there. I think he was going for the force over as well. But
oh man,
yeah, that tree.
Yeah, he's not going to get much.
Hyzed him out.
Not much distance off the tee. What? Probably a nuke, I'm guessing.
Yeah, this is going to be a Nuke OS.
Nuke OS. Yeah, why not, right? And I think he may have gotten away with one if it stays safe. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it dug.
It was I think it was right of where his intended line was. And here goes Lauren, another one of these gateway mystery discs that we're not sure of. Do you have any of the drivers in hand?
I'm assuming this is the Apex. I think this is the one he leans on the most for anything distance.
Yeah, that's what he threw on hole 3 on that first round over the top with no problem. So. Yeah, that flipped up nice. Is it going to bring those trees into play?
It's going to be close. Oh, and he hit up there.
Nicked and fell back in.
Yeah, and they didn't give him the spot. So they said he didn't get up there.
Well, he might not have.
Yeah.
The paint's on top of the hill. So.
Yeah, so it was close. So his forehand, I think this is a spell.
And at this point, he's just hoping to get up and down for par, take half of it.
Yeah.
And lay up.
And then they gave Caleb
Well, they gave Caleb a heck of a spot.
Right.
Yeah, that was OB early, and I don't feel like it ever got back. But
weird run up there, or footing.
Does this one stay safe?
And just
on
the edge. And that was a metal flake FD.
So the only thing Nolan has to worry about here is catching that shaved green and taking
or
hitting the hill and getting stuck.
I know.
That's okay though. That's the easiest birdie he's ever going to get in his life. He's too far to probably really putt it, and
this is a Raider out of Logan.
And
just beautiful.
Perfect, man. A little hot.
The green got him.
Yeah, the shaved green.
The green got him.
Which some people were a fan of that touch. I thought I didn't think it was the greatest idea ever, but it brings a lot of luck and misfortune into play. Whoa, that was higher than I expected.
He's waving at it. He did not like it. Yeah,
higher than he expected too. Wow.
He said goodbye. That's the mystic from him. Oh,
well,
he tickled some chains there. Yeah,
he wanted it. So Nolan was the only guy to stay safe the entire length of the fairway.
Yep. And Lauren OB twice.
Which that surprised me that this only comes in as the fifth hardest hole. I guess par 5 gives them a shot to burn.
Yeah, I think it's probably a par 4, in my opinion. But
came in at 5.19, so barely over 5.
Yeah. And they're talking about Logan's spot.
Lauren ought to get up there and put him around that corner, give him a little payback.
Yeah, and that's an OB stroke birdie.
Yeah, I mean, that tells you par's probably not accurate. When he threw two very controlled shots,
Yeah.
one of them out of bounds, made a 30-footer for a birdie. So
Nolan with the bird. Caleb with the OB strokes going to tap in a bogey. And then Lauren with the 2 OB strokes. And then the missed putt after. He's looking at a double here.
I think that's a weird thing about disc golf, that we feel like we have to be under par on a hole. If you score a 3 on a par 3, great. That's just a hard par 3 in my opinion.
Yep.
Hole 3, 534 foot off the tee, par 3. This is one of those holes that there's not going to be a lot of 2s on because of the distance, but there's going to be not very many 4s on as well because it's wide open all the way until you're getting to the green. Now, some of these guys have enough power that we may see a putt for sure, or we might see 4 putts. I don't know.
Yeah, and I was actually surprised with this, and this is really, truly a straight shot. Highs are in. The trees do come into play, but, I mean, this played what?
3rd hardest hole.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, that's just, once again, it's just the way it's labeled par. This came in at 3.34. You make this a par 4, it's the easiest hole on the course.
Yep.
This is what we call in disc golf the classic tweener hole.
Yep. 100%. But I do think there's a couple people on the card that do have the power to get there.
This would be one of them. Is this that same enforcer?
This is actually Ballista Pro.
Well, I think he might have
Told me wrong.
misspoke on hole 2. That looks like the same disc,
Yeah,
same
it did.
flight.
Same flight. I agree. So I think you were right and he was wrong. I'll let him know.
He should be used to that by now. So Logan got out to the left a little bit. He's fine. Easy up and down, jump putt if he wants. This is one of the players that I think has the pop to get it there.
Yeah, and this is a Z Light nuke.
Such late drag on his follow through and tremendous whip.
Oh, and he clipped that, or he probably would have been up there.
He would have been there.
Yeah.
100% would have been there.
Caleb's looking Cloudbreaker 2.
He wants it. Man, he gets through that thing quick.
Turn that one over just a little bit.
Yeah, well, you know what, though? It's going to be just fine.
And he's well out of the trees, so that's the easiest approach out of all of them.
Yeah, so far, so easy. They're all easy at this point for these guys.
And here we go. I think we're going roller.
He's lining up roller, or
I think this
flex.
is the Assassin is his roller. I don't know. I'm just making guesses at this point.
It's flippy, whatever it is. It's got a good angle, too. Man, come on, get up there. Gonna peter out to the right.
It did.
And, that grass is tall and thick. It's old. That's the old rough from the old ball golf course. But as you can see, you just bite off as much as you can and live with the results. So.
Yep.
This would be a much better hole if it played to that far back basket that we played to on hole 1.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Well, Caleb's got a definite jump putt here.
Yeah,
Full green light with a slight uphill behind it.
he hated it.
And totally put it off to the right.
Logan plays very fast, so some of these, he knew exactly what he wanted to do, just pitch it under.
Wow. Looking where Nolan's at now, there is no doubt he was getting all 534 feet.
Absolutely.
So we're looking at 4 cleanups for par,
Yep.
hopefully.
More cleanups here.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I think was it just me or did he take a little bit longer on that one? Was that maybe overthinking?
He wasn't comfortable over the putt, I think. And you can tell by his body language that it's still eating at him, man. You gotta have a short memory. You gotta, as much as we've heard it time and time again, you gotta just forget about it and move on.
Yeah, as they say, I think putting is a lot between the ears, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's one he wanted for sure. One he should get, one he makes every time in his backyard, but tournament pressure is something a little bit different. Hole 4 comes in right in the middle. This is a new change for us here at Clap Disc Golf Course. Normally we played a little dump hyzer off to the left, and they've extended the basket maybe 80 to 100 feet, moved it over to the right behind these 3 big bushy trees. The sidewalk here is irrelevant. It's not even in play, even if you land on it. I don't know about this one either. It looks like this is hole 4. This thing averaged under 3, so there's going to be a lot of birdies on this hole.
Yeah, that's crazy to me, right?
Yeah,
because the old hole, I'm like, hey, that's right in my wheelhouse. There's no way I'm getting to this. And then the trees come into play. I mean, for me to get this, it's going to be, I'm going to have to hit some type of step putt outside the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. This playing at 2.91 is crazy to me.
Yeah, I can't.
But kudos to the open field.
Yeah. So going Raider on a flick. This looks slightly downhill from this angle. I guess maybe it is. Maybe that short.
Yeah, I think it is downhill because
that
this is smashed.
Yeah, and it's going to get across the sidewalk.
Got the skip, and he's well deep.
Yeah, you can see right there how easy Logan threw that. And
that was smooth and just effortless.
Yeah, ended up on the green. I guess that's why it averaged under 3. Caleb going Anheuser or roller?
He's going to go little Anheuser. I think more of a flex
More
over.
Flex shot?
Yeah. And this is that same S-Line DD3.
Oh, yeah. Come on, baby.
Just got a little over too much. Yeah.
He's fine with that.
Yep. He'll have a look. He'll have a look. I think he's probably middle of circle 2. And Lauren was thinking roller. Decided against it.
I think the roller play might be a good play here.
Yeah. He goes apex here. Now this apex he throws it extremely far, but it's very touchy. It's one of those type of discs.
Is that foreshadowing?
Yeah, it's 100%. Keep that in mind. It's touchy.
Oh, she's got glide.
she gliding. Yeah, and Kindred wasn't able to get that on catch cam. So,
man, I think Nolan can get this out there and around that corner.
Yeah, to me it's crazy. Nolan's throwing an Athena here, which I don't know how familiar you are with the Discraft disc.
I think it's a fairway, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a 7-speed.
And he threw it 453 feet, but just not on the right line.
Those trees can get in the way.
So Lauren's just hoping to put it under the pin, I think, here for
he's
easy par. Oh, give me a little bit of that, he says.
He ran a little bit there.
Logan probably has some low ceiling. Definitely straddle putt, and that's not his go-to putt, but
still hit
gave it a bid.
Yeah.
This is the one Caleb would like to get.
Yeah, this is right there. Prototype P2. Oh.
Couldn't tell if it
and then
nicked or not.
I couldn't get Logan in the shot. Nolan. He's just outside. Tickled the change from just outside the sidewalk there.
So Lauren left a little bit of meat on the bone.
Yep, and then everyone's tapping in threes here.
And we can see a little bit of wind in the trees.
It got a little bit windy. Definitely more than the first day.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That was dirty.
These are my favorite baskets, too. I think these things catch as well as
I like them.
any basket out there.
I was surprised, for sure. And clean it up. There's a pretty good gallery watching these guys, too. I'd say 20, 30 people.
Mm-hmm. And were all the other pools done at this time and back in the park to watch?
Some of them were. I think some were still playing, though, so...
Pretty sure I either was just finishing or getting finished. Oh, man.
Hole 5.
Yeah. What a terrible change. We had such a beautiful pinching fairway to this sloped green, and we made a 269-foot hole to the same sloped green. They played as an island now. Yeah, not a fan. I'd much rather see the previous hole play to this basket as a par 5. I think that would be a fantastic hole with OB on both sides. But, instead of one killer hole, we ended up with 2 disc golf holes.
And I will apologize for this is our first catch cam. Kendra was expecting everyone to go backhand spike hyzer like I do. All 4 of these guys go forehand spike hyzer, and so she's just in a tough position because she's down on the left hand side. So you can't really see, but Logan absolutely 10 feet there.
Well, the beauty of this flick is as it's losing speed and hyzering, it's hyzering into the hill versus your backhand hyzer, which is finishing along the plane of the hill. So these guys have no worries of skipping it down into the creek, really. As long as they get over that tree right there, they're looking for a putt. Oh, there's a bad break.
Yeah, but he's still there.
Oh, well inside the circle.
Yeah.
22 feet.
Yeah, so he's right there. That was a machete out of Nolan. That's a good one. He gets a bad roll, too.
Yep. Worse roll. It's crazy, man. 10 years ago, lead card would have stepped up to a hole like this, and every single person would have either gut shot or hyzered. And just the evolution of the game, everybody now has a backhand. You have to have one to compete. Way out there.
Forehand.
What is this? Yeah, forehand, excuse me. What is it, 45 feet?
Yeah.
Maybe 40.
And he nailed it.
Oh, yeah. Great putter.
That was good.
That's a little scary putting on that, that hill.
Uphill, and especially after last hole, getting a nasty spit out. So here's Caleb. Looks like everyone will have a easy opportunity at bird here. He hated it.
Yup.
He didn't have the pop on it that he wanted. Nolan here, just inside Caleb. Yeah, I'd say he's probably even closer than 22.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Must have been weird footing out. Nolan doesn't normally straddle like that, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like he's a staggered stance putter. So he's looking at, about the same distance coming back with a scarier backdrop.
Goes to the knee to match the height. I like doing that too when I'm uphill.
Yep, there's a lot of people that do that from above the pin. Oh boy.
Both sides. Just missing right.
He's
It's the hardest thing to watch in disc golf.
And now we're farther out from the first original putt. Hopefully he can get it up and in and stop the bleeding here. Yeah, he's still straddle putting. That was a good putt.
And that was the hardest of the 3.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Classic Berdogi.
And Logan showing just how easy disc golf is.
Yeah. Caleb, no harm with his miss, but definitely one he would have wanted to get. Hole 6.
407 feet. Average 3.22. Came in as the 4th hardest hole on the course. This is the tricky thing about this hole is the low ceiling, and you have to you got to keep your disc flat if you want to get close to the pin, and flat brings in the creek behind it and to the right if you get any turnover down this hill, which is very easy to do.
Yeah, I don't mind this change on this hole.
No, I like this.
I think it's a good hole, but you're right. It's so easy to just throw that straight into the creek and not get the fade you need on it.
Yeah. Anything right of this tree we're approaching here is in the creek. So the ideal shot would be something that's going to fade just in front of that tree if you don't have the pop to get it there on a flat shot and, finish away from the creek with the putt. Yeah, this is a good change compared to the old one. What are we going with here? That evader probably?
He's going, what's he going with? Enforcer here.
Aiming at the tree and hyzering in front, probably.
Just under it.
Just a kiss. Okay.
And he absolutely pimped that shot.
Yeah, dude.
My goodness. If you have not played this hole, you do not understand how good of a shot that is.
You know, maybe on one of these holes he'll look like he's trying. This shows you that Logan is, in my opinion, the best player we have in Kansas right now by far. And, everything's under control. Both spins, putt's solid. Attitude on the course is great. You can't tell if he's destroying it or getting dominated. There's the one. Oh, boy. Got it flipped over.
Yeah, and he clipped that tree. So.
Oh, did he hit the tree?
Yeah.
Kept him safe at least.
Yeah, so he hit early.
Because he was getting a bonus stroke with that one.
He was going to be in the creek for sure. Caleb throwing a Cloudbreaker 2 here.
It's a little flippier than what Logan went with. And
yeah, this is what he threw on hole 3. Yep.
That, also, you can see it catching the tree, but oh my. Wow.
Yeah, so the
tree must have killed it.
Tree killed it for sure. And then Nolan here looking at a ESP nuke. And it's that ceiling, man.
Yeah.
That's what makes this hole so tough.
Yeah. Come back in 3 months and that'll be much easier because all of us hacks in Wichita hit that thing time and time again and raise it up.
All right, and now because he hit that tree,
test or upshot.
Yeah, that's tough. Just needs to get left, but he got a little high around the tree.
Stayed safe.
Yep.
He's a good putter. He's I like his chances from there. This looks like maybe that beat up crusty either banger or zone. I'm not sure which one.
I actually don't know on this one. But it's
well done.
It's a perfect shot.
That's well done. It looks like a banger.
Yeah, I love his approach forehand so much. Oh, and he's giving a little bid. That's one of Caleb's strongest parts of his game is that little floater. I've seen so many stuff on his channel of him just banging those in. And here's Lauren.
Is he outside the circle?
I think he's just in. Maybe. I can't remember.
We'll know when he putts.
Yeah, we sure will. He's outside.
Definitely out. Ugh.
He's all over it, man.
That one was just a little left for sure. Look at this. Man. Thank you.
Yeah, and then extending the lead there.
Yeah, I'm thinking the tournaments for first and second look like they're already sealed to me pretty much the way these two are playing. But, I saw that Brendan Kuntz was tied with these other two going into the round.
Yeah.
So chase card action going on.
Shout out to Brendan playing extremely well in this tournament. Love to see it. And then bogey for Lauren there, and we're going into hole number 7.
Yeah, another
263 is wrong, by the way. It can't be. It's so much longer.
Another change from what we've had before. I would like to see this turned into an island or something behind because right now people can just throw as far as they want and burn it past the creek and basket and putt back. The only obstruction between you and the basket is a dead tree, so give it a year and I'm sure that tree will be taken out by the city for safety purposes. But yeah, I think if you put something behind there, hay bales or something to show where the basket was, I think you could turn this into a better hole. I'm guessing verdict.
He goes justice.
What?
Goes justice and probably should have went
verdict. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that never was even close.
Sea Line FD3 here, which is I think Firebird-ish.
Yeah. So this hole comes in right in the middle, 8th easiest hole. Yeah, I think that's what you're looking for. Get it up there, let it stall out.
Yeah, and this is what I mean, and this is kind of what you said too. Is like, they can just throw it as far as they want. This is going to be a Z Extreme.
That might be one I gave him.
He loves these things. They're hard to find too.
No, they're fantastic discs. They don't want to fly, and when they came out back in the day, they were the most aggressive disc you could get. Lauren with another gateway disc that we're not quite sure.
I know.
Come on, get back. That's good. So
Yeah, he's going to be probably furthest out. I mean, Logan's going to have to go to the drop zone, of course.
it is drop zone.
It is
It's not
drop
last
zone.
in play.
Yeah.
Last in play. And he's not happy with that effort at all. Look at that face.
That's about as much emotion you'll get out of him, though.
Yeah.
During a round, anyway.
So you see, I think Lauren's as far out as he is here. I think that should be as far away from the pin as you can possibly be on the deep side.
Let's go, Lauren.
You know, he great putt. Great putt. He was just outside the circle and putting back at it. I think that's as far as you want to be. I can't believe he was the farthest out of the other two.
Let's look at that one again. That was heart. Perfect putt. Such a good putter. He just didn't do himself any favors this front nine. Some of those OB strokes.
Yeah.
And some missed putts too, which is surprising. But yeah, so here's Nolan.
I don't even see the width. Oh yeah, he's just outside of the circle.
So
he's about 35.
Yep.
Couldn't find it again.
And he's around the same spot. 35. And he's just low.
Yep. You know, maybe he gets that one. Maybe that shrinks the lead by 2 instead of just the single stick. And maybe that, you know, maybe gets Logan a little nervous about the back 9 coming up. But there's trouble to be had. So
in hole 8.
Hole 8. Second easiest hole on the course. Comes in at 2.53. This is, I think, pretty much the original hole. I actually like this hole. I think this is a good par 3.
Mm-hmm.
Little false front here. You got to throw the disc hard enough to get over this little hump and finish, but you can't finish aggressively or you'll go across the sidewalk, which is OB. If you finish too straight, you'll go out of bounds to the right in the creek. Most people are going to go backhand. There is a flick route there that's a little bit scary for me. I'm not a fan of it, but
yep. And some people that play this thing blind don't know any better.
Is that what he's doing?
He's going flick.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is a really good par 3, even for being on a golf course. It brings the trees into play, the creek into play, the OB sidewalk into play, and wow, good thing that was me.
Oh, double skip.
Ugh. And he has no clue how close.
No,
that
he
is.
doesn't. He got up there and he's like, "Whoa! If I would have known, I would have not gone this.
Yeah,
I would have not gone
he has no
forehand."
idea. You can't. You can see the top, maybe half of the basket.
Yep.
This is the line I like. Just this little baby hyzer through there.
Metal Flake MB3 stays in.
Yep, that's good.
Nolan going the old new 20-year buzz.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. In my opinion, one of the greatest discs ever made. Right on top of Caleb, making minis.
They've been doing it for the last 2 holes.
Yeah.
And Logan is going. What's your guess?
Looks like some sort of a fairway.
It's Fugitive.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I haven't even tried one of those new versions.
No?
Mm-mm.
People love them.
Well, these guys are inside the circle, but barely, maybe?
Hey, look at who's in the background there. Guy I know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's Hudson. Yeah.
Good putt. You got Caleb there.
Hudson and I right there are betting. I'm pretty sure that I just want to point towards a slushy as we get around towards the back 9 here. So I'm telling him, shut up, kid, as I keep talking. All right, so Nolan's looking at inside the circle here. He's been having a few issues on the green. I'd like to see him knock this one in. There we go.
There.
Wasn't pretty, but it's in.
It's in. Yeah, little left side, little low, but count it. There's usually not pictures on the scorecard, but there is video evidence.
Ooh, that's a little high. Logan gave that the old double take.
And it looks like we're going to have our first star frame, potentially, if Lauren can put this in.
Yeah, this is in.
Oh, okay. It's like you were there or something.
Well, I wasn't paying attention.
All right.
Yep.
So, dun, dun, dun. I don't know. We're trying to do...
Oh, Hudson and I right now are placing bets on who birdies, 15 coming in.
Okay.
I locked it in.
Okay. All right. And our last hole of the back nine is, of course, or of the front nine is hole 9.
Hole 9, 280 feet, par 3, comes in as the third easiest hole. They have moved this tee slightly to try to bring these 3 trees into play, these old cedar trees. Once again, we got a old golf tee in front of the basket, which is a good touch. It hides the basket and doesn't let you see that there's a sidewalk just beyond it. That side, the first sidewalk doesn't matter. It's just there, but the back sidewalk, I do believe, is the OB border. So,
Yep. So that back sidewalk is OB and can come into play, especially at only 280 feet.
so
And Lauren is trying to figure out where that is.
yeah, this flick is wide open. You guys swing it out a little bit wider than you'd like, but since they've moved this tee pad up, they're encouraging people to take this right side gap as well. So I think that's going to maybe do.
Just no skip. If that would have got the skip, would have been fine.
Is Caleb playing blind also, or did he play it?
I think he was telling Lauren how his shot was.
Yeah.
This one is a swirly S-line PD2.
Looks about the same, isn't it?
Ooh!
Oh,
Good shot.
no, not at all. Wow, good shot.
That was perfect. Out of Nolan, we got the old cap wrap.
Maybe. Is that the captain trap?
Yeah, now it is. These things are straight beef.
That's got just the right angle. What's it going to do? Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Right under it. Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then
Fallon.
this one I was surprised by. He said Raider.
Oh, really? Well, he's not trying to...
Yeah, he's just smoothing it.
it out there on a big hyzer.
Yeah, a little bit more spiky than the others.
Yep.
All you need.
So Lauren's just outside the circle, our farthest out.
Yep.
And I wouldn't count him out.
40, at least 40 here. You can see the tuft right there.
Yep. Two hours later.
He wants it, you can tell. Oh, just a little low. He knew too, just because everyone else was close.
Yep.
He needed it. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not. Thank you.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
All right, and that's a very solid front
Great
nine.
front nine.
There he is. All right, so 3 birds and a par. And let's take a look at the leaderboard here, or their individual rounds. Got a little something special here for you.
Another nice graphic.
Thank you, thank you. Logan's round, minus that 1. He had double birdie sandwich in that with that bogey. Caleb, a lot of pars. Kind of had some birdies at the end. Nolan a little up and down with his putting. I think if he hits a couple more of those, he's climbing his way up into second. Lauren started fairly slow. It looks like he is on a roll late. So if you have not, make sure you subscribe. Smitty, thanks as always for being here, my
You bet,
friend.
dude. Can't wait for the back nine.
And speaking of that back nine, it is available right here, so make sure you click that. Check out some other tourney journeys. As always, please stay locked in. Ring that bell for notifications. I have a video coming out every week in the month of November and December. Take care. Bye-bye now.